All right, so today I am here with Liz, and I wanted to just do a quick meet and greet and share Liz, in case you don't know her. She is our amazing yoga instructor who has made me learn to love yoga in a new way. But more importantly, I wanted to share a little bit about Liz's story because Liz didn't come to us the way a normal client would come looking for resolution to some problems. But Liz was just sharing openly with me some things one day that she was suffering from some night sweats and some things that come along with different phases of life. And so I just said, you know what, come on in here. Let me show you something. And so Liz agreed to do our program. And she's now, I believe, like 17 days in. So I wanted to give her a chance as an outsider coming in and doing the program, but a part of our team, to share her honest thoughts about what's happened, what's transpired, and tell everybody, you know, what's happening.
Okay. Let's see. First of all, my program's a little bit different because I'm a vegetarian. But that does not mean that I was eating the way you should be eating. When you're the only vegetarian in the house, you have to make 2 meals. You don't always want to do that. So who gets pushed aside? The vegetarian. So I would grab protein shakes, or I would eat sides, and it wasn't good. I wasn't eating well. And so Tieva lured me into the program. No. I feel so much better. I can't even begin to tell you that I didn't realize that adding fat back into my diet would make my body burn and lose weight. It's truly amazing. And I think what I've noticed the most is I'm an Advil taker. Like, I thought I was having joint pain from, midlife, you get joint pain. I have an injury to an SI joint. And so I took a lot of Advil, and I realized one day when my daughter was complaining of cramps and I told her to go get some Advil, that I was like, wait a minute, I haven't even taken any Advil. I haven't taken Advil probably since about 4 days into this program. And that's how quickly the inflammation went down in my body. Clearly, it's amazing. My night sweats have stopped. I got cold. I told you, I was like, I woke up cold. I had to put a sweater on in the middle of the night. And I also don't crash out at 2 or 3 in the afternoon and feel like I'm just going, I have to take a nap. I have to rest. I don't feel that at all. The other day, I only had 1 cup of coffee in the morning. It's another shocker. I mean, I'm a 2 cup of coffee a day, period. Always have been for a long time, and I only had 1, and it didn't even faze me. So the benefits here are not just weight loss, which I have lost weight too. I've lost, a considerable amount for 17 days, but I think there's more to it than just the weight loss. And I eat all the time. I eat way more now than I ever did. So you're not.
I think everybody cares about the weight loss, right? Everybody is like, my body, I can't lose weight. I've done this. I'm exercising 6 times a week. I'm doing this. I'm eating smaller portions. I met with somebody this morning who said that. And I was like, I just want to grab you and say, listen, let me show you the way, because it's not, the weight loss is such a small problem. It truly is. Like, when you fix everything else and you live and you have a body that's imbalanced and that you're feeding it and fueling it chronically, and you're not hungry and you're not deprived and you're not this, the weight will come. Like, having conversations about weight loss is about 1% of what I do on the 15-minute calls with my clients. I rarely even mention the weight loss because, to me, I don't care. I know it's going to come. I know it's going to happen. What I'm more happy to hear is that your back doesn't hurt any longer, that your joint pain has went away, that you're sleeping better, that you have good energy, that your night sweats. I had you and Megan was complaining about being cold, and I was like, hush your mouth, put a sweatshirt on. I don't really care, because last week you were complaining about night sweats. So it's such a beautiful thing when I can see that the body is functioning optimally, because those are the things that I'm looking for. And then the weight loss is just melts off because there's nothing stopping it from leaving the body. So if you're not putting obstacles in, your body's like, oh, I can function properly. I can do my job. Your body isn't broken. It's the stuff that you're putting in that's putting up little like hurdles for it that it has to jump over to kind of do its job. And then you're doing 20 other things that you think are going to facilitate it doing its job. So it's so simple. It's so simple. So I'm glad that you took a leap of faith with me and let me show you, because I think, one, when you're doing something like yoga that does demand a lot for your body, you really have to fuel it properly to get even more out of it that you're trying to get your clients to get. And so it really is a whole body connection that we're trying to get here. And so I think, one, you're glowing, you look amazing. Every time I talk to you, you're like, I feel so good. I'm like, it's just, and you're only 17 days in.
Right.
And you touched on the fat also. So when we start testing fats, you found coconut oil is what for you?
It works. Yeah. It burns. It burns away in my body. It's great. It's amazing stuff. Who knew? I had no idea. I should have been using it my whole life.
And that's what we want to teach people is like, you could be cooking with an oil at home that could be sabotaging you daily. And now one switch over to coconut oil and you're like, I can cook with this and my body's going to burn right through it. And I'm going to lose weight and I'm not going to store fat and I'm not going to have inflammation. It's just a triple crown win there. And a lot of times people worry about fat because they're like, oh, that's so many calories and people are getting fat-free stuff. And even when it comes time for me to have you eat ice cream, I'm going to tell you to get the full fat version because that's where the good stuff is. That's the stuff that you want. So
I can't wait. I know. It's like I said to you the other day, we're so conditioned to count those calories. You have to be in a deficit. You have to do. No, you don't. Clearly you don't. I mean, that it's a lie. Sorry, it is. It's just, you got to really forget a lot of the things that have been pounded into us since we were little. I mean, really, even my husband was like, look at you, a perimenopausal woman losing weight and you're not on a GLP-1 and you're not doing all of these crazy things and you're not taking this peptide or doing this. He goes, and you're just doing it. It can be done, right? I was like, yeah, it can. So even my husband said it.
Yes. And as we move into the next phase where you're going to start testing all these beautiful fats, you're going to have 20 fats to choose from. And people think diet means deprivation, but you're going to be testing peanut butter and cheeses and dark chocolate and avocado and butter and like all of these things. And we're going to have this science for you that you're going to be able to say, oh my gosh, when I combine peanut butter and dark chocolate and dates, I lose weight. When I eat avocado on top of my steak, I lose weight. When I have, and then when we get to the carb part, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I avoided white potato and had sweet potato because I thought sweet potato is better. But really, you don't know until we test it and find out what your body has to say. And I think that's when you talk about like undoing and unconditioning, there's so many things that we just have been told to believe, like the diet stuff, like diet soda and don't eat white carbs and pasta is the enemy and all of these things. And I just love it so much when somebody tests positively for something like bread and they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't had a slice of bread in 17 years. And I'm like, what are we talking about here? What? So I'm excited for the next chapter of your journey where you're going to start to test these fats, and maybe the next video we make, you can come on and share some of the things that tested well for you or things that you were surprised didn't test well. And then we can talk about all the other good things that come along with that part of the program.
Sounds great.
So I'm happy you're here. Thank you for sharing, and we'll talk next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.